lot of different acts. It's not just bluegrass, but maybe on like a Sunday, us playing a set of hymns, almost like a Sunday service. I think would work. I'm gonna try to approach it from that angle. There's 50,000 people plus come there. If we picked our tunes, we might could do something other than that, but it had to be kind of traditional, like Lover's Waltz, that kind of feel. All right, happy to get it. Taylor was country. Now she's crossover pop.
Please rise. You may be seated. Good afternoon. I'd like to introduce at this time our Student Government Association President, Christopher Hernandez Herrero, who will be conducting our invocation. Christopher is a junior at Surrey Early College High School. He has served as our SGA president this year, as well as our president of our Surrey National Society of Leadership and Success. He plans to complete his associates in arts before transferring to study political science. He serves as the secretary for the North Carolina Community College Comprehensive Student Government Association. He received the National Academy of Future Physicians and Medical Scientists Award of Excellence in 2022. This year, he was nominated for the Hispanic Scholarship Fund and the North Carolina Governor's School, as well as the Youth Leadership Consortium. In his free time, he enjoys learning languages, as well as works as a lifeguard and swim instructor at Reese Community Center. Christopher?
Hello, everyone. If we could please lower our heads and pray. Hola a todos, si podemos bajar la cabeza y oremos. Dear God, O merciful and hopeful, may we bless these 2023 graduates of Surrey Community College. Querido Dios, O misericordioso y esperanzador, que bendigamos a estos graduados de 2023 de Surrey Community College. Every one of them, and bless them with the strength, courage, and bravery for the journeys of their life ahead of them. A todos ellos, bendecirlos con la fuerza, el coraje, la valentía para los viajes de la vida que tienen por delante. Thank you that every one of them and each one of them is unique and brimming with potential. Gracias porque cada uno es único y lleno de potencial. Thank you for leading them in their learning, for keeping them safe as they studied, and watching over them in their final exams. Gracias por guiarlos en su aprendizaje, por mantenerlos seguros mientras estudiaban y por cuidarlos en sus exámenes finales. You have blessed them during their years in school in wisdom, friendships, and skills. Los ha bendecido durante sus años en la escuela con su sabiduría, amistades y habilidades. May you continue to challenge them to make this world a better place because of their education. que continúen desfallados a de hacer de este mundo un lugar mejor y gracias a su dedicación. Thank you for Surrey Community College and for bringing us here today. Gracias por Surrey Community College y por traernos aquí hoy. Amen. Thank you.
On behalf of Surrey Community College, Board of Trustees, administration, faculty, and staff, it's my pleasure to welcome you each to Surrey Community College 55th commencement ceremony. Today, we add 594 new members to Surrey Community College alumni, 157 of which are marching in today's ceremonies. Please join me in congratulating the class of 2023. The class of 2023 earned collectively 807 degree diplomas and certificates. At this time, I'd like to recognize several groups of students for their accomplishments. First are our veterans and active military students. Will our veterans and active military students please rise? Our veterans and military students are wearing a red, white, and blue cord. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Next, I'd like to recognize graduates that have achieved honors. Will our honor graduates please stand? These students wear a silver cord, which represents students that have achieved an overall GPA of 3.5 to 3.79, or a gold cord, which represents an overall GPA of 3.8 or higher. Let's give them all another round of applause. Thank you. As outlined in your graduation program, kind of near the back, you'll see a list of name of students that are members of various associations here at the college. Members of these associations, please stand as I list the names of the associations. Mu Alpha Theta, Phi Theta Kappa, National Honor Society, National Society of Leadership and Success, and Global Scholars of Distinctions. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Graduates, this year's graduation quote comes from Oprah Winfrey. You may be seated. Follow your passion. It will lead to your purpose. We're so proud of you for all you've accomplished. And remember, you're always a Surrey Knight, so come back, visit us. We're always here for you. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our commencement speaker, Dr. David Shockley.
Good afternoon. It is a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon as we celebrate the accomplishments of these graduates. We're so very proud of them and so very grateful that they came to Surrey Community College and allowed us to serve them as they continue their education and their careers. This is the second graduation ceremony that we've had today. This morning was focused more on the college transfer. This afternoon is more focused on technical workforce training and careers that will lead into our communities inside of this region in much, much needed positions. Before I begin my comments, I would like to introduce several of our guests that are here today that are very, very special. And so if you will indulge me for a little while, I would like to first of all introduce our Board of Trustees who are able to attend with us today. Our board members are appointed by the Governor's Office, our county commissioners, and our public school systems that are located within Surrey and Yadkin counties, because we serve both of those communities at Surrey Community College. And so first I would like to introduce our current board chair, Ms. Lynn Kennedy. Emma Jean Tucker. Ms. Deidre Rogers. And Ms. Barbara Harrell. I'm so grateful for them because they are appointed to this board. Several of them actually attended Surrey Community College, and so very grateful for that. But they do so without any compensation financially. But I know that they will tell you that the compensation that they receive is days like today when we're able to celebrate the accomplishments of our students and seeing them successfully complete their degrees and credentials and go forward out into the workforce and continuing their education and their careers. And that's what we're here for, and this is the greatest day of the year that we experience as a community college. And so very grateful for the board for doing this on a volunteer basis and spending hours upon hours in helping Surrey Community College with the governance of our community college and keeping it move forward. Next, I would like for all of the faculty and staff of Surrey Community College that are here today to please stand and be recognized, because we cannot do it without them. They are the lifeblood of this institution. And so faculty and staff that are located in and out of the facility, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. And now, students, I would like for you to stand. But for this time, when you stand, I would like for you to find your family members and give them a round of applause with us for helping you be here today and for all the support that they've given you throughout all these years. So, students, if you could please stand and recognize your family and loved ones that are here today. Thank you. You can be seated. When you entered to campus today and you drove on this campus, I know that many of you looked around as I do each and every time that I drive to Surrey Community College, and you saw beautiful manicured lawns and gardens and green space and landscaping that existed. We're so very, very lucky to have the facilities that we have here. In fact, a lot of times we take for granted that we're familiar with. And so I have the opportunity in my role to visit other community colleges and colleges across the state of North Carolina and indeed across the United States. And when I come home and I see Surrey Community College, I realize how special this campus truly is, because we have a beautiful campus and we've been very, very blessed to have the facilities that we have. Also, when you drove on campus or when you leave campus, I hope that you noticed the banners that were on the light poles that line the sidewalks and line the drive as you come into campus. This is part of something that we're doing at Surrey Community College. So you saw words such as purpose, persistence, resilience, integrity, courage, commitment, preparation, endurance, ambition, and confidence. These are all words that we have adopted over the past several years that represent the culture that we desire to have and that we have inherited at Surrey Community College. And so we put those words out there, and we use one of those words each month as a word of the month to help us remember why we're here and what we're striving to do, not only in the education, but in our day-to-day lives as we move forward. Now, we also have the final word that's on those banners. It says excellence, because all of these words add up to what it takes to be excellent, and be excellent as a student, excellent as a faculty and staff member, and excellent as a college as a whole. Which leads me to my next point. If you take the buildings and you take the grounds and you take those banners, without the people that are inside of this gymnasium and those who are here this morning and the students, the faculty and staff who serve this college, the county commissioners who support us, the state legislation that supports us, the federal government that supports us, without that, these buildings would just be empty and they would be meaningless. Without that and the people, it would just be banners of empty words that are meaningless and mean nothing. And so at Surrey Community College, we are very much contradictory to that idea. Because over the years that I've lived and over the experiences that I've had, I realize that it's the relationships and the people in this life that you come in contact with, both good and bad, believe it or not, that is what makes the difference in your life. I remember when my father knew that his outcome with a long battle of cancer, it was not the job that he missed. It was not those things that he missed. He would tell us to tell these individuals that I love them. It was the friends. It was his family. It was the relationships that he missed. Not the things in his life, not the material items, not the buildings, not the job. It was the people. And that served as a reminder to me of what is really, really important. It is the individuals that are in this room today. That is what makes up Surrey Community College. The rest is just blessings that we have that make this journey along your education and it makes this noble work that we do as faculty and staff at Surrey Community College worthwhile and meaningful in our lives. And for that, we're very, very grateful that as students, you came to Surrey Community College and allowed us to be a part of your life, because you are part of now a long-lasting legacy of over 59 years of excellence that is built into our DNA. You have left your footprint here for other students to follow. During the last 2 years, this college has focused mightily on those key words that I presented to you earlier, and truly trying to achieve excellence. And what I can tell you that through the data and through the 12 years that I've served here at Surrey Community College, these students are the top graduates that we have had as far as student success inside of the classroom and in grades and those things that go on to their professional credentialing that they will have to carry them forward. And that is something that I'm very, very proud of as president of the community college. I'm very, very proud of our faculty and staff who have stepped up and worked extra hard and taken on more responsibilities so that you can be here today and have the opportunities that you have and to celebrate with your loved ones that are flanking you to your right and to your left so that you could have that opportunity. But without you, the students, achieving that, our student behaviors have changed over the last 2 years as well. And our students have gone to the Academic Support Center at an increasing rate of 550%, which would mean over the last 2 years, an average of 1,200 hours spent in our Academic Support Center went to over 8,300 hours in a single year. Our students changed as we changed, and we exhibited those words that achieve excellence so that we could truly achieve excellence. And our students did that. They met us halfway. They rolled up their sleeves and they went to work really hard. And to be able to achieve what they've been able to achieve today, for me to tell you that this is the best of the best. It measures up across the state of North Carolina with 57 peer institutions, the third largest community college system in the United States. And we measure up well with those, and nationally, these students who are graduating today are some of the best in the United States, bar none, and it can be proven statistically. So that deserves another round of applause for these students and this college. When I think and I look at the events in the world and the things that we're going, it makes you take a pause, and it makes you take a step back. And I look at world governments and nations that are at war at an alarming rate, and there seems to be a lack of peace in lives, not only inside of the United States, but abroad when we see wars that are going on that have the potential to be large-scale and widespread like we haven't seen since World War I and World War II. I see so much unrest that exists with financial situations and crises that is going on throughout the world. And inside of our own community here, I know that everybody inside of this room has probably suffered some hardships in their families with loss of loved ones or financial struggles or struggles in their lives with acute illnesses that we're seeing on the rise. That puts pressure on your lives, and it makes you sometimes step back and have sort of an outlook that is not as positive as you would like to have or uplifting in your lives. I have seen that inside of our community college as well. We have lost students to death way, way too young. We have students that have suffered the losses of loved ones. We have employees that I have never seen that have struggled not only with their children care, but with adult care with their parents who are suffering acute illnesses that make not only their day-to-day jobs and the rigors of being here as students and as employees, but as family members and extending beyond. And I've never seen more pressure on individuals in my lifetime than I have over the last few years that we've had to endure. And so with that, each and every one of us comes from different walks of life. Each and every one of us comes from different cultures, different backgrounds, different ethnicities, and different traditions in your lives, and different histories and outlooks. And when you came to Surrey Community College, we were exposed to many, many different viewpoints. In fact, if you look at this graduating class and you look around this gymnasium that we have, you will see the most diverse population any given day in Surrey and Yadkin counties is at Surrey Community College. In fact, community colleges nationwide will exhibit almost percentage for percentage point the makeup of its community, and our community college is no different. So you came here and you had all different ideals, all different walks of life, and I hope that as you've gone through this, that it is uplifting to you because yet we're here today and we're celebrating the accomplishments of these students. Let me talk a little bit about the past week and a half that we've had at Surrey Community College. Over a week ago Friday night, not last Friday night, but a week ago Friday night, I was able to be inside of this gymnasium, and it was our adult high school and equivalency high school graduation, and that's how we kicked off our graduation ceremony weeks. And at that point in time, we had adults and or young people who had not achieved a high school diploma or credential who came back to Surrey Community College and achieved that credential and was able to make up a career or a lifelong goal for them in moving forward and continuing their education. And we challenged them to continue that education and to continue and then to come back next year or the next year after and to get their college credential and being able to move forward. So it's a very special evening. We followed that up with a emergency services pinning. Those are your emergency rescue services that come out. And so when you see the ambulance drivers that exist in Surrey and Yadkin counties, and counties in and outside of this region, because we do that second to none at Surrey Community College, when you see those public servants, they came from Surrey Community College majority of the time, probably 95% plus graduated from our programs. And so we put those individuals out there serving our community. We followed that up with a nurse pinning ceremony. And so the nurses that exist inside of our hospitals and our health care inside of this region, especially in our hospitals that exist here, probably came from Surrey Community College. In fact, recently in a meeting, Chris Lumsden, who serves as CEO of Northern Regional Hospital, said that they ran some data, and guess what? 85% of their employees graduated from Surrey Community College or came to Surrey Community College one way or the other. Those two fields alone are in a crisis situation, needing help and needing employees inside of our own community. So pinning those nurses and those EMS workers that are going out there and helping alleviate that demand inside of our community, inside of our state, that's not only a celebratory night for those students, but it is also a celebratory night for Surrey and Yadkin counties and our quality of life. We followed that up with last night. I was able to go to Yadkin County, where we have a campus, and attend a Yadkin County early college. And I watched high school students that went to an innovative, different high school on our campus in Yadkin, and we have a campus in, here as well for the Surrey Early College. But we have two alternative, innovative high schools that had graduates. Last night in Yadkin County, I watched several of those graduates go across that stage. While they were earning a high school diploma, were also earning a college degree as they walked across as seniors in high school. And so very, very proud of those young people. In fact, several of them had attained 2 college degrees at Surrey Community College as a senior. Once again, that is uplifting because it is young people in our community that are doing many marvelous things. In a workforce program that we have through paid internships, apprenticeships, and clinical instruction in those, I have been able to meet with business and industry leaders who have thanked the college for producing employees and future employees like what we have right here, because it helps us in our community not only maintain the workforce in the companies and the jobs that we have, but also to be able to attract future companies and or expansion opportunities. And that is happening because of these students that are here right in front of us today, which leads me to where we are. When I look at these students and these individuals who are here for workforce industry credentials and career opportunities, whether they enter the workforce or they continue their education, this is the reason why I say that I have hope, despite the despair, on the other hand, that so many of us in this room have had to endure in recent years. And that is what life is all about, is bringing in these differences, and it's bringing in the opportunities and providing an opportunity for us as educators to pay it forward and to pay it back for the opportunities that we had along the way in mentoring these students who stand before us today. That's the reason why I have hope when otherwise there's reason to have despair in where we're going into our future. These students give me hope because many of them came here to open up a career pathway for them. And we know that these graduates in particular that are in technical in nature and career opportunities and are focusing on career opportunities and going to work, we know that in the last 4 years that these graduates that are sitting right here at this ceremony right now will actually out-earn four-year degree graduates, because these graduates are the ones that the workforce demands has. That is something to be very, very proud of. That's the reason why I have hope. They will be able to go out of here and be able to earn a very livable wage with socioeconomic opportunities that two-year graduates have never, ever experienced. So I have hope because these individuals will be able to provide for their families. Because they came here, we know that their children that are already here, and I know that graduations in church is very hard on kids, and I always get tickled because mine are adults and I'm not having to deal with them. But kids coming to a ceremony like this, it is hard. So we're grateful for them as well, and for the parents and grandparents who you have children out there that are watching for them, for you, and your spouses who are watching them while you're here. But by being here, the children and the nieces and nephews or the friends and relatives that you have that are here, you are showing them that it is possible for them. And we know that statistically, because you're here today, that the children that you have or the children that you will have or the children that you will have influence in your life are more likely to follow your footsteps than if you had not been here. That is a tremendous blessing, and you are setting that stage and that expectation for them to follow in your footsteps and to emulate this great achievement on your day, and that is very, very worthwhile that you're here and to be able to move forward. Nelson Mandela had a quote and an idea one time, and he said, in this life, if you want to see how far you have grown or how much you have changed, go back to a constant in your life and then evaluate and ponder where you went from that constant to where you are right now. Now, for me, that constant is going back to Martinsville, Virginia, where I grew up, and seeing how has David Shockley changed in the 37 years since I left Martinsville in Henry County in Virginia and have lived in North Carolina ever since I was 18 years old and left Virginia. I've lived here. So when I go home to visit family or I go to Martinsville, Virginia, I oftentimes see and remember an individual who was not doing as well as he thought he should do and who wanted to do better. I saw an individual that needed to grow up. I saw an individual who had goals and aspirations, and being able to see where I came. And in fact, I can assure you that somewhere today in Martinsville and Henry County, if they see this ceremony here, they're going to be like, you are absolutely kidding me. David Shockley is a president of a community college? Must not be very good. But quite to the contrary, we're one of the best of the nation, and that is no joke. That is not a president saying we're the best to make you feel good. We can prove it statistically. So that is what this is all about. I want you to think back to when you came to Surrey Community College 2 years ago or 1 year ago or maybe 3 years ago, or some students it takes them 4 years of persistence because they're working and they're raising families and they're coming to school and they're sacrificing to be here today to be able to move forward. Think about when you started and think about how much you have changed along the way. You may have come in here for today's graduation this afternoon. You may have not have known one end of a screwdriver from another, or knew a box head from a flat head to a box-end wrench to an open wrench, or you may have not even known what a welding machine was or a machinist, or you went into healthcare and you may have known nothing about nursing or had no idea what it was that you felt like was your passion and what you wanted to do for a living. Now look what you can do. after being here with your instructors and look at what they've taught you and prepared you. Look at how much you've changed, and you're going to be amazed. In fact, I will tell you that throughout your life, it is important that you seek the opportunity to find a quiet space and to go back and ponder and always look to see how you've changed, how you are better, or how you're not necessarily who you want to be at this time, because it is a lifetime proposition that you embark upon, and hopefully you will get better and better each day, and that you will learn from those failures, and that you will be persistent and resilient. So when you do fail, you don't see it as a failure, you see it as an opportunity to grow, and that you have that positive outlook. And so I hope that you do that, and I hope that you take that challenge as you move forward. I want you to consider the endless opportunities that lie ahead of you. Continue your education and be a lifelong learner. While you have learned so much while you've been here the 2 years, you're fixing to go out there in your career pathways, or if you go on to a university, I can assure you when you go into those doors of a company, or you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I feel like I know nothing again, and having to start out. And you may have some elderly peers or elderly that look out there and say, boy, you really don't know much. But I promise you, you have the base knowledge to be able to learn and to move forward. And soon you will be leading this company, or you will be a leader inside of that organization, or you will be a leader inside of our community one day and carrying that forward. So seek that opportunity to be a lifelong learner, and seek the opportunity that you can to lead and give back. You are joining a long history of leaders by coming through Surrey Community College. We have political leaders that are at the highest levels of the state. We have people that are leaders in healthcare and have led healthcare agencies and whole departments and taking care of others. We have district attorneys. We have many sheriffs. In fact, the majority of the sheriffs, not only in this region, but outside of Surrey and Yadkin counties, came to Surrey Community College and went forward. We have people of EMS programs that are directors and executive directors. We have local political leaders that all came through these doors and sat in these seats just like you did years ago. And they've continually learned, and they've gone out and been successful. We have graduates that have gone on, and now they own their own companies, and they are very, very successful, and so successful that they give back and or they serve as board members and trustee members inside of this community college that have done all the above. They graduated here. They went on and formed their own company, and now they're serving and giving back in as local leaders, state leaders, and or trustees that are here on our board. In fact, a few of these board members that are seated here and that are not seated with us today, guess what? They came to Surrey Community College and went through. That's the power that you have laying before you. Seize every opportunity that you can to be able to move forward. I hope that you are proud of being a Surrey Community College graduate, because I can tell you that the credentials that you have stack up, as I pointed earlier. Your earning potential right now is at the highest that it's ever been, and two-year technical degree graduates in particular are out-earning four-year degree graduates who went on to the four-year. So you're not hurt with your socioeconomic potential to earn money at this time and to have a career, but I will also tell you that in programs like yours, like that take national certifications such as the nursing NCLEX exam, I talked about the nurse penning. Guess what? Our nurses take the same licensure exam that the students at UNC Chapel Hill and at Duke University and all universities that have the same nursing program to be an RN as we do. And our scores are equal or better than last year Duke University and UNC Chapel Hill, right there at them. Those are two of the best medical schools in the world that we have right in our state. And I am very proud that we have those inside of our state. But I'm even more proud that Surrey Community College can produce graduates that can go out there and compete and be just as successful as those students who came from those fine universities. I am a product of community colleges. I sat out there and was a student, just like you, at a community college, because no university in their right mind, as I alluded to earlier, would have let me in their doors at that point in time. I was a technical career pathway student. My majors was in electronic engineering technologies, computer information systems, and my graduate work was in physics, robotics, and applied physics, which was technical in nature. So for this graduation, I was just like you. And I was moving forward and figured it out. And when I grow up one day in a process of evolution, maybe I'll figure out who it is that I want to be. But I can assure you there's a guidance counselor or two in Surrey Community at Patrick Henry that is looking back, or Philadelphia Collinsville High School, saying, how in the world did he get to be a community college president and stand in front of students and address them about what it takes for them to be successful. Work hard. Have your purpose in life that we talked about. Purpose, persistence, resilience, and sacrifice. Those are the key foundation principles of success. They have been and they always will be. Embrace those principles as you move forward into your careers and in your lives. And I promise you, you will be successful. Thank you.
Will the first row please rise? Please hold your applause until I've finished reading all the names. Thank you. Alexander David Armstrong. Landon Bonner. Elimelech Calderon Rojas. Donald Carter. David Childs. Connor Cook. Isaac Cranfield. ID Hernandez. Carson Francis. Trey Gardner. Kaylee Godfrey. Ricardo Gonzalez Vargas. Yaritzi Habana. Tristan Harless. Ruth Hauser. Caleb Hawkins. Alexandria Grace Hawks. Jarrell Jones. Jordan Juarez Martinez. Justin Juarez Martinez. Caden Keaton. Cameron Kirkman. Ismail Pina. Jaden Brooke Powell. Michael Reinhardt. Levi Jared Roundy. Estefany Sanchez Juarez. Tyler John Scortino. Bryce Alyssa Smith. Caitlin Smith. Cameron Smitherman. Bryson St. John. John Warden. Sylvia Wakesa. Tyler Whitaker. Grant Whittington. Bryson Wood.
Dr. Shockley, on behalf of the faculty, I'm pleased to present these candidates for the degrees, diplomas, and certificates awarded by Surrey Community College.
Graduates, we have one more order of business to do before you are official graduates. And so, if you would, please stand. Okay, now for members of the audience, this is something that I do for all of our graduates that started as a tradition a few years ago. The poet laureate, Maya Angelou, said that people do not remember what you say, but they always remember how you made them feel. And so I know that these graduates several years from now will not remember any of my remarks that I made earlier. And that's okay. But the one thing that you are going to help me do right here, right before we pronounce upon them their degrees, is you're going to make sure that they never forget that the way that we made them feel. So you are a part of this. Now, I want you to think now, we're less of a formal, and think about being in the arena of your favorite sports team, because we celebrate sports in the Western civilization probably at a level that should not be. In fact, it is these individuals here that are true heroes in day-to-day life and will make a difference in our lives. I promise you that people, whether you like them or not, like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, whoever that is the best or not, they probably are not going to impact our lives very much, but these individuals here will. They have overcome barriers. They've been parents. They've been spouses, they've suffered losses, and all of that, but yet they still stand before you, the most successful graduating class that we know of statistically in the last 12 to 15 years, hands down. And so when I give a count of 3, I want you to pretend that it's the bottom, and we'll use a baseball analogy. It's the World Series. It's tied 3-3. And your favorite team is up to bat with 2 outs, 9th inning, and a full count. It means 3 balls, 2 strikes. So what happens here? So the batter steps up to the plate, and he jerks out a 585-foot home run, walk-off home run, and your team just won the World Series. Now, you're going elated. If you're in that ballpark, you're going elated. If you're in your room, you're throwing popcorn everywhere, and so on, scaring the dog, waking up the children in the neighborhood, et cetera, et cetera. So I want you to stand, and I want you to help me send the energy, and if you do this and you respond, you will feel an energy inside of this gymnasium like you've never experienced before, and I want these students to feel that because they truly are champions. Now, do not wimp out on me, because I know y'all are loud over here, and I heard some cowbells back here, and so on. Over here, y'all might have been quiet and reserved, so throw all that out the window up there in the back row. I want you to bring it, because I want them to remember the day that we made them feel like champions at Surrey Community College, that they truly are. So on the count of 3, I want you to let loose with all the scream, yelling, cowbells, whatever it is you want to do, to blow the roof off of this gym and let them feel that energy of what it's like to be the heroes and champions that they are. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Now, you can see their faces on the cameras that we have on the screens, and from my vantage point, that is priceless. That is something that they will never, ever forget, and I promise you, they will never, ever see it another commencement exercise at probably any college, but that's okay. Surrey Community College is different, and we're just better than they are. So that's the way it is. Okay, graduates, if you could grab the tassel, but don't turn it yet. By the authority of the state of North Carolina and the Surrey Community College Board of Trustees invested in me, and by the nomination of the faculty of Surrey Community College, I do hereby pronounce upon you all the rights, privileges, and honors associated with being a graduate of Surrey Community College. Graduates, you can turn your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the class of 2023 of Surrey Community College. Thank you and congratulations.
Play the G. Is that what? Dun, 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 dun. Is that what it does? G. I think it's almost an Indian. I think. Let's just see what that sounds like.